Hello and welcome back to your home of financial freedom. So Safaricom launched Ziidi MMF last year in November or around November. And at the point when Ziidi was being introduced to the market, it was offering an interest rate of about 13%. And unfortunately, we have seen the Ziidi MMF interest rates coming down month on month. Status quo is at 9%. So you might be wondering, what exactly happened to Ziidi? What is happening to Ziidi MMF's interest rates, right? That is exactly what you're going to be discussing in this video. Why has Ziidi MMF's rates come down? Does it have anything to do with the gray areas or the questions that I had on the launch of Ziidi? Now, Ziidi, being an MMF, like any other MMF, invests primarily in short-term investment vehicles, short-term low-risk investment vehicles. And the fund managers, like I told you, is SIB, Ala Capital, and Sanlam. Though that gray area still remains uncertain to me, given the difference that we had in Safaricom, in Safaricom's website, or their fact sheet rather, and the names listed in CMA. So Ziidi, being an MMF, invests the funds in low-risk short-term assets. This includes things like the treasury bills, right? And we have seen the treasury bills interest rates coming down. I think now they are at 9%. The 90 days T-bill is at 9% or even below 9%, yeah? So, and since Ziidi invests your money in the T-bills, it will pay you interest from the money or the interest it earns or it's paid by CBK. In other words, when Ziidi makes more money or when your MMF makes more money from the T-bills or from the bank deposits, then it has more money to pay you, right? And when the T-bills rates are coming down, like they have come down now, they are at the lowest point over the past couple of months or even years, then it means that your MMF is going to make less money. And so there's going to be little money available to pay you. So that primarily explains why Ziidi's interest has reduced from the initial 13% when it was being launched up to the 9% where it is now, right? You may want to ask, why then does other fund managers like Etica, like Saiton, like Lofty Coban still manage to pay higher rates? Remember, Ziidi joined the market in November. So it could only invest in November. But did it really join the market in November? It was licensed in November. But remember I told you that the investors who had joined Mali before Ziidi was launched had their funds transferred from Mali to Ziidi without their consent. So I can't say with certainty that Ziidi actually joined the market in November. It might have taken advantage of Mali and accommodated clients in Mali pending its licensing by CMA, after which it transferred the clients it had parked in Mali to Ziidi. And it actually sent out messages to clients notifying them that they will be paid their funds by Ziidi, their investment in Mali by Ziidi. So yes, Ziidi might have taken advantage of the high rates before it was licensed. However, assuming that was not the case, even though I know that's the case, but assuming that was not the case, Ziidi joined the market in November. So in November, the rates were at a particular level, right? And then the rates came down. Now, these other fund managers, the Etica, the Lofty Cobans, the Saitons, or these other well-performing fund managers who are still paying higher interest or the double-digit interest, were in the market when rates were still higher. So it means that there are investments that they took up when the rates were still high. So that is why they're still able to sustain those high rates. However, logically speaking, we expect the interest rates for all MMFs to come down, to reduce significantly. right? Because they can only earn as much. If the treasury bill is now paying 11%, previously it was paying 16% or even highs of 15%, where is this MMF going to get the money to sustain paying you interest of 14%, right? If these MMFs could put your money in banks and the banks will pay them fixed deposit rates of 17%, 18%, and the bank interest rates have now come down, where is this MMF going to get the money to continue paying you those high interest rates? So expect your MMF rates to come down. So that explains why Ziidi's interest rates have come down from the initial 13%, 11%, and now it's at 19%, right? The downward trajectory of its interest rates. Does it mean that you need to now stop investing in MMF? Of course not. Their functions in the financial sector still remains solid. You can still use them for your short-term investments where you need security of capital, where you need liquidity, right? And where you need to be earning something small. Okay? So this Ziidi case is a good it's a good case study on one of the risks of investing in MMFs or saving in MMFs, which I told you about before, the inconsistency of interest rates. Not unless you go for the fixed income products. MMFs have inconsistent interest. Now, when you compare MMFs with treasury bills, the T-bills, if you had taken the 1 year T-bill at 13%, for the entire period of that 1 year, you will earn 13%. As a matter of fact, CBK pays you that money up front. It is discounted. When you're investing 1 million and you're investing at 13%, you return your 13% up front. You send to CBK the difference. Utakuwa umeshajilipa. MMFs, on the other hand, their interest rates can vary day to day, month to month, week by week, depending on the direction of the market interest rates. I hope that is now coming out clear. Yeah? Even though with MMFs you enjoy the compounding on interest, but you are not guaranteed on your return of investment. However, it has the liquidity aspect. Okay? Do let me know in the comment section what you think about Ziidi MMF's interest rates. Oh, and as a by the way, yeah, I have seen a lot of queries, a lot of complaints, some complaints rather, of people who had locked their funds in Ziidi and have initiated withdrawal, but experienced delays in receiving their money. Have you experienced such a delay? If you have, please let us know in the comment section. When did you initiate your withdrawal? And after how long did you receive your payment? However, at a personal level, I'll think it's just but one of the teething problems. Remember I told you that Ziidi was rushed. Safaricom rushed the launch of Ziidi MMFs, yeah? So it's a normal occurrence, although they ought to have tested that system properly well before releasing it to the market. But they seem to have been a rush to launch it. That aside, if you have experienced such a delay that you're withdrawing your funds, you had locked your money, you are initiating a withdrawal, but you did not receive your payment within the stipulated 72 hours. Do let us know in the comment section what your experience was like and whether you still have your funds with Ziidi or you have opted to go for the better performing MMFs. Finally, thank you so much for being around and let's meet on the next video.